Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing by for LAIX Incorporated's second quarter 2020 earnings conference call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. After management's prepared remarks, there will be a question-and-answer session. Today's conference is being recorded. I will now turn the call over to your host, Mr. Harry He, Investor Relations Director of the company. Please go ahead, Harry.
Thank you, Jason. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second quarter 2020 earnings conference call for LAIX, also known as Niuli Shuo. The company's results were issued earlier today, and you can download the earnings press release and sign up for the company's distribution list by visiting our IR website at ir.laix.com. Dr. Wang, our CEO and founder, and Mr. Bing Sun, our CFO, will begin with some prepared remarks. Following the prepared remarks, Mr. Zheran Benhu, our CTO and co-founder, Dr. Hui Lin, our chief scientist and co-founder, will also join us for the Q&A session. Please note that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements relating to future performance of the company and are intended to qualify for the safe harbors from liability as established by the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act. Such statements are not guarantees of future performance and are subject to certain risks and uncertainties, assumptions, and other factors. Some of these risks are beyond the company's control and could cause actual results to differ materially from those mentioned in today's earnings release and this discussion. A general discussion of risk factors that could affect LAIX's business and financial results is included in certain filings of the company with the Securities and Exchange Commission, including each annual report. The company does not undertake any obligation to update the forward-looking information except as required by law. During today's call, management will also discuss certain non-GAAP financial measures for comparison purpose only. For definition of non-GAAP financial measure and a reconciliation of GAAP to non-GAAP financial results, please see the earnings release issued earlier today. I will now turn the call over to our CEO, Dr. Wang. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Harry. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our second quarter 2020 earnings conference call. We had quite an eventful second quarter, with a number of significant strategic moves made across our business operations. These moves allowed us to realign our resources and build strength in areas where we see the most potential profitable growth. Through more streamlined operations, total net revenue came in at RMB 269.4 million, an 18.0% increase from the previous quarter and exceeding the high end of our guidance range. Gross profit margin bounced back above 70%, and the sales and marketing expenses as a percentage of net revenue declined to 74.5% compared to 115.9% in the previous quarter. Consequently, net loss narrowed to RMB 92.5 million, down 53.0% sequentially. Operating cash flow also declined to RMB 66.4 million compared with RMB 99.8 million in the previous quarter. While the total number of unique paying users decreased sequentially as a result of both the fade away of the unexpected increase in traffic due to the COVID-19 outburst in the first quarter, as well as our stringent cost control in advertising and optimization of user acquisition costs, our gross billings per paying user improved by 50.6% quarter over quarter, demonstrating our success in migrating users into targeted courses with higher ASPs. We believe there is room for further improvement in these metrics in the coming quarters. I will start with our product mix, and Bing, our CFO, will discuss the operational aspect. We continually upgrade, innovate, and adjust our products to ensure the most current and relevant technology is being implemented, allowing us to tailor to our users' evolving needs. During the second quarter, our Dongni A+, the upgraded version of Dongni, came into market. Equipped with the latest AI adaptive learning system that's being refined by our AI and curriculum design teams. Thanks to the huge amount of data, learning data from millions of previous and existing Dongni users, DONI A+ actively recommends personalized learning content, adjusts the learning path for users based on their individual proficiency levels and needs. This approach not only helps improve the English learning experience for our users, but also increase the retention rate. In addition, more user-friendly designs have been added to DONI A+. For example, the one key mute design will automatically ignore questions when it is inconvenient for people to conduct oral practice in public places. Moreover, for the benefit of future reference, users can collect vocabulary words and spelling errors with just one click, generating a list of their personal vocabulary notebooks and favorite words. In addition to the DONI series of courses designed for systematic improvement of general English capabilities at the core of our product offerings for adults, we have also been continuously investing in enriching our product mix. We understand that studying English is not the ultimate goal for our users, but means to varying ends. Therefore, we identify our users' various objectives and scenarios for learning and using English, and offer relevant products to best help them reach those objectives. For example, they may want to further enhance their reading capabilities in order to be able to read English news articles and books just as smoothly as a native speaker, which can be accomplished by using our Liu Li reading product. A large fraction of Chinese English learners have a strong desire to improve their accent, which can effectively be achieved by using the upgraded version of Authentic Pronunciation course that offers a unique AI-assisted personalized accent correction and practice experience. For users who want to improve their English communication skills in business or travel settings, they can achieve their goals through our Business English or Travel English courses. By identifying such diverse learning needs and developing products around them, we continue to increase our users' stickiness and consequently increase their user lifetime value as more cross-sell and upsell opportunities emerge. With the DONI series of core courses positioned at the core of our one-stop shop for English learning strategy, we provide a wide variety of scenarios that serve as excellent direct channels to existing users to try to and purchase other courses such as the ones we just mentioned. With an increasing number of users being guided into other courses internally, the dependence on acquiring new users externally for revenue growth is effectively reduced. We are confident that continuous enrichment of product mix can help us increase our user LTV and mitigate the impact from CAC increase of the broader market at the same time. With a strong and growing product mix and a clear path to profitability for our adult English business in 2020, we have also been actively developing our kids English business. Based on comprehensive studies of children's learning motivations and characteristics in English learning, as well as needs for Chinese parents, our kids courses, empowered by state-of-the-art AI technology, are designed to create immersive learning experience where they can explore, learn, and apply their language skills in personalized, fun, meaningful ways. The upgraded version of our Kids app, which contains the newly launched core course, ranked among the top 10 on the iOS download chart for Kids apps within just 1 month of its launch. Every upgrade aims to improve the learning experience for our young users and enhance the interaction between parents and kids. For example, some recently added features include 1 new word per day, English songs, weekly study reports, spelling picture book, and AI foreign teachers class. Our kids product mix is currently the only one in the market that offers different learning experiences for kids in the 3 to 6 age group and the 6 to 9 age group. Within next year, our kids courses will extend to the age group of 9 to 12, completing the product spectrum from age to 12. Differentiated from other kids products in the market, our kids courses have shown strong user retention and growth and received very positive feedback from our kids users and their parents. LAIX is not a traditional education company, and it was never meant to be one. It was founded to leverage technology to make learning more personalized, effective, and accessible, starting from English. We are a pioneer and leader in the AI-powered learning market. Our innovative and attractive learning products, rich experience in integrating technology, product, curriculum design, as well as large-scale efficient user operations, and deep roots in AI learning technologies collectively make us unique and a leader in the increasingly crowded online intelligent education market. To further strengthen our competitive advantages, we keep a strong focus on continuously developing our proprietary suite of AI-powered learning technologies, including our speech recognition assessment engine, writing scoring engine, and advanced adaptive learning systems, which enables us to provide users with personalized and effective learning. As of June 30, 2020, our massive database of English spoken by Chinese has recorded approximately 3.7 billion minutes of conversation and 49.8 billion sentences, covering a broad range of geographic distribution and proficiency levels. Finally, we have some exciting news to share with you. In June, LAIX won the 2020 China Golden Fingertips Best Online Education App Award at a technology conference hosted by iMedia Research, the leading data mining and analysis institution for new economy industry. In addition, LAIX was ranked as one of the top 20 Chinese AI plus education enterprises at the 2020 World Artificial Intelligence Conference, one of the most highly recognized events in the AI industry. As a company dedicated to advancing proprietary AI technologies to provide innovative and differentiated learning products, these recognitions are truly gratifying. 2020 is no doubt a very unique year for all of us. For the education industry as a whole, we have witnessed an accelerated adoption of online learning, and we believe LAIX is well positioned to benefit from it. Empowered by our cutting-edge AI technology and effective and efficient learning products and services, we aim to exceed our user expectations, not merely meeting them. We aspire to create products and services that our users truly love and will recommend to their friends and family. This year will also be a pivotal year for LAIX, as we have already started to more aggressively implement cost control measures and refine our operations. As we continue to offer our growing user base a superior suite of products and services, we are also making every effort to keep improving our operating efficiency and bottom line. As we move forward, capturing the enormous growth opportunities presenting for intelligent language learning market in China, we are also looking forward to driving the development of the entire intelligent learning industry, increasing its awareness and advancing the adoption of AI-powered learning. This concludes my prepared remarks. I'll now turn the call over to our CFO, Mr. Bing Zhang, who will discuss our key financial results.
Thank you, Yi, and hello, everybody. In terms of streamlining our operations, we're not only focused on top-line growth, but are also focused on reducing costs through efficient operations in an effort to improve our bottom-line growth as well. I want to highlight 3 strategies we are currently pursuing. First, we're currently in the process of optimizing of our organizational structure to improve all aspects of work efficiency, which includes rationalizing the company's overall headcounts and improving performance management of our WeChat sales team in order to increase average total sales per group. Second, with the high penetration rate of internet and quality broadband coupled with the rapid adoption of remote working due to COVID-19, we closed some of our offices, enabling us to lower some fixed costs without losing anything in efficiency. Third, we are working on reducing our advertisement costs through refining the user acquisition channels, enhancing free learning content, and establishing more collaborative relationships with high traffic platforms and content providers. We believe all these efforts are aligning well to drive sustainable growth for our business, and we are pleased to see that we have made solid progress on these fronts. Let us now look at our key financial metrics in the second quarter. Net revenue was RMB 269.4 million, an 18% increase from RMB 228.3 million for the previous quarter. The quarter-over-quarter increase was primarily attributable to the upgrade of product mix, introduction of additional courses and services with higher ASPs. Cost of revenue was RMB 75.6 million, a 4.0% decrease from RMB 78.8 million for the previous quarter. The quarter-over-quarter change was primarily due to decreases in salaries and benefit expenses. Gross profit was RMB 193.8 million, a 29.6% increase from RMB 149.5 million for the previous quarter. Gross margin for the second quarter of 2020 was 71.9%, compared with 65.5% for the previous quarter. Total operating expenses were RMB 289.7 million, a 16.3% decrease from RMB 346.1 million for the previous quarter. The changes were primarily due to the improvement in operating efficiency and the optimization of the organizational structure. Sales and marketing expenses were RMB 200.7 million, a 24.2% decrease from RMB 264.7 million for the previous quarter. The change was primarily due to the company's cost control in advertising and the optimization of user acquisition costs. Sales and marketing expenses as a percentage of net revenue decreased to 74.5% for the second quarter, compared with 115.9% for the previous quarter. R&D expenses were RMB 48.5 million, an 18.1% decrease from RMB 59.2 million for the previous quarter. R&D expenses as a percentage of net revenue for the second quarter was 18%, compared with 25.9% for the previous quarter. The change was primarily due to the efficiency optimization in personnel management. G&A expenses were RMB 40.5 million, an 82.8% increase from RMB 22.1 million for the previous quarter. The increase was primarily due to the one-time charge on leasehold improvement caused by early termination of lease in Wuhan and Nanjing due to change in business strategy. G&A expenses were 15% of net revenue for the second quarter of 2020, compared with 9.7% for the previous quarter. Loss from operations were RMB 95.9 million, compared with RMB 196.5 million for the previous quarter. The improvement in operating result was attributable to, first, the upgrade of our product mix, introducing additional courses and services with higher ASPs. Second, the improvement in operating efficiency, and third, our cost control in advertising and optimization of user acquisition costs. Adjusted EBITDA was a loss of RMB 77.8 million, compared with an adjusted EBITDA loss of RMB 182.5 million for the previous quarter. Net loss was RMB 92.5 million, compared with RMB 197 million for the previous quarter. Adjusted net loss was RMB 85.3 million, compared with RMB 189.2 million for the previous quarter. Basic and diluted net loss per ordinary share attributable to ordinary shareholders was RMB 1.87 yuan, compared with RMB 3.99 yuan for the previous quarter. In terms of our balance sheet, as of June 30, 2020, the company's cash equivalent, restricted cash, and short-term investment totaled 390.3 million, compared with RMB 459.4 million as of March 31st, 2020. Operating cash outflow was RMB 66.4 million, compared with RMB 99.8 million for the previous quarter. The company has deferred revenue of RMB 828.8 million as of June 30, 2020, compared with RMB 820.7 million as of March 31st, 2020. Now turning to our outlook. For the third quarter of 2020, the company currently expects net revenue to be between RMB 230 million to RMB 250 million, which would represent a decrease of approximately 12.2% to 4.6% from RMB 262.1 million for the same quarter last year. This forecast reflects the company's current and preliminary view on the current business situation and the market conditions, which is subject to change. And this concludes our prepared remarks. We will now open the calls to questions. As a reminder, Mr. Hu Zheren, our CTO, and Dr. Lin Hui, our Chief Scientist, will join us for the Q&A session. Operator, please go ahead.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to remind everyone, in order to ask a question, please press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. Once again, that is star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad to ask a question. And for the benefit of participants on today's call, if you wish to ask your question to management in Chinese, please immediately repeat your question in English. We will pause for just a few moments to compile the Q&A roster. Your first question comes from the line of Christine Cho from Goldman Sachs. Your line is open.
Yes, hello. Thank you for the presentation. Could we just get a little bit more color around your third quarter guidance, and also when could we expect an inflection in terms of your gross billing growth as well as revenue growth, please? Thank you.
Thanks, Christine. Our revenue guidance, as I just mentioned, for Q3 is between 230 million to 250 million RMB, which should represent a decrease of 4% to 12% from same quarter last year. It may seem not to be so exciting on the surface, but the actual dynamic of revenue driver is very encouraging. As we continue to enrich our paid product offerings to meet the fundamental needs and the learning interest of our users, such as business English courses, these product offerings are supposed to help increase our user stickiness, raise user lifetime value, and in turn generate a higher revenue, as these specialized courses generally come with much higher prices. However, these courses also usually last for much longer durations, and the related revenue cannot be fully recognized from an accounting perspective within one quarter. That's why we may still have to face the trend of declining revenue in the near term, while the quality of the revenue is actually improving underneath. In terms of GB and looking at the trend in Q3, we believe our GB will continue to grow in the short term and the long term. Our Dongyi series of core courses are being repositioned as the heart of our one-stop shop for English learning strategy. They provide a variety of scenarios that serve as an excellent channel. And in addition, our Dongyi Select and other relevant targeted courses accounted for, let me think about it, accounted for 42% of total GB in Q2, which represents a much higher ASP than of our normal Dongni series. And in addition to that, our Kids Liu Li Shuo Phoenix courses, which launched a year ago, which will also contribute to our gross billing in Q3 and going forward. When we look back at Q1 and Q2 accumulatively, we can see that kids courses already accounted for 10% of our total gross billings. Yeah, more than 10%, and we see the trend is very positive. Yeah. Also, we continue to evaluate opportunities to expand into different markets, include different demographic user groups, geographical areas, special interest-based and skill-based learning, and so on. So we have different projects in the pipeline to enhance our future GB ability, and we will update the market once we achieve our milestones.
Your next question comes from the line of Leslie Sheng from Morgan Stanley. Your line is open.
Thank you, management. You introduced a lot of the new product, new features. So I'm just wondering what is your future strategy and rolling out these new products and future pipeline, especially on kids, and do management have any target of these new products? Thank you.
Hello, this is Yi. Let me talk about adult first and move on to kids. On the adult side, as we mentioned earlier in the call, that we intend to become the one-stop shop choice for adult English learners in China. And we think we can achieve that goal, to a certain degree by the end of this year. By the end of this year, we will have a full product mix that with price range from the lower hundreds to the higher thousands. Okay, and covering a wide range of user demands, including the cornerstone core course, Dongni series, which serves as the systematic course for improved general English capabilities for adults, as well as which the Dongni series also expand across different price points, including the basic standard one, selling for 1,300, to the select selling between 3,000 to 4,000, and the VIP course that we recently launched selling for around 9,000. And in between, we also have special purpose English courses such as business, travel, authentic pronunciation, so on and so forth. And we are also increasing the mix for lower priced introductory SKUs as a way to attract users with different interests and sell them, upsell and cross-sell them to the main SKUs. Not to mention our Liu Li reading product, which has very good market positioning as a leader in the category and keep gaining traction. Then let me move on to kids. On the kids side, we're very excited to see the launch of the core course in March and April. When I said March and April, because we were the only player in the market that offers separate learning experience for the age group 3 to 6 and 6 to 9. As we also mentioned, we plan to continuously rolling out content for higher levels so that we can, by some point next year, we're going to cover the full range between age 3 to 12. Not only that, we are also working on exciting new SKUs such as picture books and so on and so forth. I think by some point next year, we will have a complete offering of products that cover the full range of needs for kids in that age group. And then because our unique strength in AI-assisted learning and also product design, we believe the differentiated learning experience as well as the complete and rich lineup of content can really put us in a very good position to compete. I can't disclose specific numbers, but let me just say that for the user retention figures we've seen since the launch of the core course in March, April, we were very much encouraged. We have seen very high user retention numbers, both on a weekly and a monthly basis. So that we think is the foundation for our future growth, even though we are not actually in a sort of spending mode, aggressively acquiring external traffic at this point of time. Instead, we were, spending a lot of time, converting our internal adult customers who were, parents into the buyers of the kids product. And we think that organic synergy is also one of our unique strengths.
There are no further questions at this time. I would now like to turn the call back over to the company for closing remarks.
Thank you once again for joining us. If you have further questions, please feel free to contact LAIX Investor Relations through the contact information provided on our website. Thank you, operator.
This concludes today's conference call. You may now disconnect.